Okay, looks like we're live over at Facebook as well as Twitch. We're just checking out the new Stitch with Google today. It's the new front-end UI development tool from Google called Stitch. It develops front-end UI and straight HTML versus React for Next.js sites, which is usually what you get with most Revive coding platforms. This keeps it very basic, more templating style, remnants of what you might get with Figma or something. But you get the photo of what it looks like here, as well as the HTML code that it takes to produce it. I'm finding a lot of inconsistencies. We've uploaded some photos in the beginning, some logos, and requested that they be used as the logo inside of these scenes. A scene is what Google Stitch calls a page when you ask it to develop one. And one thing this is, one rule you kind of want to follow is you go one page at a time. This is what their best practices say in their documentation. They just take it one little page at a time, and you can connect those together as prototypes and build functionality between them, and then actually export into AI Studio, which would probably shove it into some React and Next.js. What I actually do here is I take the code, the prototype code I get. I then go and use AI to help a little bit for turning everything in this into little components and make a component library and then a component database that indexes that component library. So I just have like one of these types of cards here, say in my library, or say like, okay, so we got these product cards here. So when this is all said and done, I'll get just the HTML, the CSS, and whatever associated JavaScript that might go along with when you click on that, and put that all in its own little file that we call a component. And then later, I just call like six of those, and then they dig into a content management system, which is either a database or a JSON file somewhere. Maybe you're using WordPress, maybe you're using Payload CMS, something like that. But I would just call that component and have it filled with the data that comes from my content management system. And all that is just it manages your content, the words that you're going to put into your UI here. So we have the component library that I'll build from these prototypes, and then we have, our it's starting to fill in a bunch of that content for me as I tell it what to design. But some of this will be tweaked and edited to fit whatever certain needs you might need to do. So what we've had to do here is create, say, a landing page for my company, Garambo. And one page at a time, we started with the landing page. One thing I did in the beginning was told it the breakpoints I wanted Tailwind to use, so that I started, it built responsive from the beginning. We always build mobile first, responsive websites. And when you tell it the breakpoints in the beginning, it actually traces that back to this UI and gives you the proper breakpoints. I noticed one I developed earlier, and the first one I did, and I told it I wanted the desktop and mobile breakpoints. And in the preview, like what I'm showing right here, that's all it had was the mobile and desktop. And in this one, I gave it the tablet breakpoint. So now what we have here is that option to break it. And as you see, it drops it right into tablet view. Now, this isn't interactive or anything right there, so that menu isn't going to work. We can do interactive here in a minute, but we'll show you the mobile view. Boom, drops into mobile view, and then got our desktop view, and boom. So this is how it's all going to look. No scrolling on it, nothing like that. Let's see what happens when we go to, well, we'd have to actually go to interactive mode, and I'm not ready to do that yet. We'll get to that. Here's the second page we developed. But as you zoom in and look at these inconsistencies in the menu. Okay. Now this is a new one I just built. I just initially we just had the hard menu where it didn't have solution drop down. Now we got solution drop down. And in the mobile view, it should have solution drop down too when we go interactive with it. Let's see where our interactive mode is though. Where did that go? Huh. Right click gives you this, all these options here. I can download it and go interactive though and just show you that way. No problem. Let's just do that. Like whatever. Um, uh, okay, I guess let's do this. I'm going to show you prototypes. So now we're going to generate a prototype with these two and see if it knows enough to link it together through these links. Let's prototype it. I might have to prompt it to prototype what I want. So it's creating this prototype. What the prototype's going to do, you need 2 or more scenes, pages, whatever you want to call it, to put together. Then it's going to analyze the screenshot layout inferring component state. It's figuring out what goes together between this page and this page. You know, what two things belong together here, what all matches up. Then it simulates what it thinks a user flow might be. And if there's enough information that it has so far, it should theoretically create an interface where I'll be able to click on the menu and go to the other page for me. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to download these pages and break it down into components, put it into whatever framework I want, whether it be just a Next.js framework, Astro, Svelte, iOS frameworks. The whole point of it is to get it broke down into its components first. That way I can use all the pieces that this front-end UI design interface is built for me, because that's basically what it's for. It's prototyping. So anyway, I'm going to get off here now on Facebook. It's nice talking to y'all, but I'm going to drop that and catch me on Twitch if you want to see any more of this. I don't like being on here too long. Maybe later once I clip all this out and get some real tutorials going. Thank you. Bye-bye.